Okay, I'm immediately being told that you're about to experience a drastic change in love. And it's very intense, like it's a lot going on, and maybe you're feeling into that energy, and that's why you're seeing this message. So we're going to dive into this a little bit. My name is Anna, and I channel the angels, and I'm going to pull you cards and channel a message of highest love and light. Oh, okay, we have a lot of support coming in with the Four of Pentacles. With the Ace of Cups, you're about to be offered something. This is an offering of support. I feel like the universe is about to gift you someone. Like gift you someone who really supports who it is you are and supports what it is you do. This feels like a best friendship. Like a very detailed is what I'm being told. Maybe this person is very detailed. Maybe they want to know all the details about you. In the same way that you've always been attracted to others, this person is suddenly attracted to you. Very mystical, very magical, very fairy-like energy. And we have a rainbow coming through. We have the Page of Pentacles. This to me is mystery. This is also the start of something new. I'm being told that you're about to go down a long and windy road with this person. There's a very shadowy energy surrounding this person with the Five of Cups. I feel like they're encouraging you to leave something behind with the Devil on the bottom of the deck and the Fool card. Trusting what you know with the Two of Cups following. Okay, I'm being told someone is not who you think they are. Okay, I'm really hearing this person like stepping up and kind of showing you, it's like showing you what you are meant to receive in love. And showing you that someone is not who you think they are. Shattering an illusion is also what I'm being told. This is so interesting. Shattering an illusion of some sort. Okay, can we pull this into one clear message? Something we can follow very clearly, please. Again, as you wish. You are being led down this long and twisted road for a reason. There were people you needed to meet along the way. There were things you needed to release along the way as well. And as you travel deeper and deeper into this dark forest, you are gaining strength. You are gaining momentum of some sort. You are not wandering, is what I'm being told. You are being led by spirit. Like I'm literally seeing spirit energy leading you through this darkness, and you followed. You committed to spirit in following this love connection. In like the deeper you go into this darkness, you eventually come into this bright like room of light, is what I'm being shown. And then I'm being told anything can be created here. Like anything at all can be created here. And to me, it's kind of this energy of like this forest of fear. And you moved through this forest of fear. And so here you are in this bright light room where anything can be created. There are children being born. There are even grandparents being sent to aid and loved ones. For aid loved ones. And I'm being led specifically to a bassinet with a child inside of it, and I'm being told, this is you. This is you. You were sent here as a newborn. This is wild, actually. You were sent here as a newborn, is what I'm being told. Like, I know a lot of people choose to come, but you were sent here as a pure and innocent soul. So something about going back to your purity, going back to your innocence is very important. Like I'm being told none of the things that happened to you were your fault. They were all like cast upon you, is what I'm being told. A lot was cast upon you, especially when it came to romance, when it came to love. It's kind of a gruesome image of being like ripped apart as a child. like pieces of you taken from you as a child, pieces of your body even. Where is this leading us? Because this is like a very intense message, and I'm just going to make sure it doesn't disappear. Why are you showing me this? I'm being told because you need to know where you've come from. You need to know what you are. You need to know who you are. There's someone with you in this room. Like there's someone standing next to you, kind of analyzing, like witnessing what you are witnessing as well. This is someone who deeply understands you. This is someone who would do anything to protect you. This is someone who sees exactly who you are and wishes to honor everything that you are as sacred. They understand that you're here to fulfill a higher purpose, and they want to support you in fulfilling that higher purpose. This is someone who has so much love to pour into you. This is love energy to pour into you. Like even just to be in your presence, this person is grateful. Like even just to bask in your energy and being told this person is grateful. They wish to take nothing from you, and they wish to give everything to you. And I'm hearing you ask this person, why do you want to stay? Why do you want to be here? You've seen the forest, you've seen the fears, you've seen the darkness that exists within me, you've seen it all. Why do you wish to stay here? And I'm just hearing them say, because I am with you. Because I want to be with you through it all. There's nothing you can show me. There's nothing you can say to me that would make me leave. I am yours. I am committed to you. I'm committed to your destined path, is what I'm being shown from this person. So what do we have to do to get you there, is what I'm being told by this person. Like this person is asking, like, please let me be with you. Like this person is actually asking you, please let me be with you. Instead of what you may be familiar with, which is, what do you have to offer me? What do you have to give me? What can I gain from this? This person wishes to gain nothing from you. If only just to see you one more time, is what I'm being told. They are happy with who they are. They are happy with who they are. And they are confident they can offer you something good, is what I'm being told. And they're saying, give me your trust and I will multiply it into kingdoms. Like this is like not just building a kingdom together, but it's like around the world, around the country, is what I'm being told. This is really intense. Wow. If you're still here, I genuinely trust that this message is for you, because that was a really intense channel for a love reading. Like I haven't had something like that in a long time. A lot of it has been very surface level lately, you know, the things that our minds really enjoy hearing, but this is what our soul needs. So I also feel like this is going to be like you're being led to this person. So I trust that you're also being led to this person. Like you're going to know who this person is. You're going to know who this reading belongs to. So I'm going to leave you with that. If you do wish to dive in further for any reason at all, I offer personal energy readings, candle rituals. My name is Anna, for those of you who know me, and I channel the angels. You can find all of that on my website, and I'm here and I am honored to channel for you whenever you feel called.
The person who stayed after seeing everything, there is a kind of love that most people spend their entire lives describing without ever actually receiving. They know the vocabulary of it. They have read about it, watched it in films, heard it in songs, that made them ache in a place they could not quite locate. They have caught glimpses of it in other people's lives. The couple in the restaurant who still lean toward each other after decades. The quiet way someone's face changes when the person they love walks through the door. And they have felt in those moments the particular bittersweet feeling of recognizing something you have been wanting for so long that the wanting itself has become almost indistinguishable from who you are. You know that feeling. You have been carrying it through a lot of terrain that was never supposed to be this difficult. Through relationships that promised everything and delivered something much smaller. So, through connections that asked you to make yourself more manageable, more palatable, less of whatever it was that made certain people uncomfortable with the full weight of you. Through seasons of loving people who were simply not yet capable of loving you back in any form that actually reached you. And through all of it, you kept going. Not because it was easy. Because something in you refused to stop believing that the real thing was somewhere in the direction you were moving, even when the direction felt uncertain and the landscape felt nothing like what you had imagined. You were not wondering. I need you to understand that before we go any further. Because the story you may have been telling yourself, it's about this journey that you made wrong turns, that you wasted time, that you should have known better, that the difficulty was evidence of some deficiency in you. That story is not true. You were being led through the forest, through the darkness, through the part of the path where the light disappears, and all you have is the next step and the stubborn decision to take it. Every person you met along the way mattered. Everything you released was necessary. Every wound you collected was part of an excavation, painful, unglamorous, not remotely what you would have chosen. That was always ultimately moving you towards something you could not yet see from where you were standing. The forest was not a punishment. It was a preparation. And now let me tell you something that I think you need to hear in a way that goes beyond information. Something you need to feel land in your chest rather than simply pass through your mind. None of what happened to you was your fault. Not the love that withheld itself. Not the relationships that took more than they gave. Not the moments when you were made to feel that your depth was too much, your need was too great, your wanting was somehow unreasonable given what was being offered. Not the ways that romance specifically, that particular territory, became a place where pieces of you were quietly chipped away rather than gathered and honored. You were sent into this life as something whole and pure and genuinely innocent, and things were placed upon you, not by your choices, but by circumstances and people and dynamics that arrived before you had the tools to recognize them for what they were. The wounds you carry are not evidence of your weakness. They are evidence of what you survived. And there is a significant, important, frequently overlooked difference between those two things. The journey through the dark forest ends in a room full of light, not metaphorical light, the kind you feel in the body. The particular quality of brightness that arrives when something has finally been understood after a very long period of confusion. When something previously hidden makes itself visible. When you come through the end of something difficult and realize in the sudden clarity of having arrived that you are not the same person who entered. You are stronger in ways you cannot fully measure. You have developed a capacity for genuine love, the giving kind, the sustaining kind, the kind that does not require the other person to be perfect before you extend it. That was built precisely because the path demanded it of you. You did not arrive at this level of depth by living a smooth and uncomplicated life. You arrived here by moving through everything that was designed to diminish you and coming out the other side with your essential self still intact. That is extraordinary. Even if it does not feel that way from the inside. And in that room of light, someone is standing beside you. They have been there longer than you perhaps realized. Or they are approaching, moving through their own version of the forest, being led in your direction by the same intelligence that has been guiding your steps. Either way, their presence is specific and unmistakable. What is most extraordinary about them, and what is most extraordinary about them, is not their qualities in isolation, but the particular way those qualities are oriented toward you. They have seen the darkness. They know the forest exists. They are not arriving with the naive optimisms of someone who has not yet encountered difficulty. They have encountered it, and they are choosing you anyway. Not despite the complexity of who you are and what you carry. Because of it. Because they have enough depth themselves to recognize depth when they encounter it. And what they recognize in you is something they understand is rare and worth staying for. Here's where I need to speak to you directly, because this part matters more than almost anything else. This person is not asking what you can offer them. They are asking if they can offer something to you. Do you understand how different this is from what you may have been used to? The dynamic has fully reversed. The question is not what you bring to the table, what you contribute, whether your presence justifies the investment they are making. The question they are sitting with is whether you will let them be there, whether you will allow them to stand beside you and contribute to your path rather than complicate it. Whether you will extend enough trust, not infinite, not blind, but real, to let someone in who has demonstrated through the quality of their presence alone that they understand what being trusted actually means. They are asking you to let them stay. And that, after all the seasons of being the one who asked, who tried, who reached toward people who were not quite ready to reach back, might be the most disorienting and most healing thing you have ever been offered. Let me stay with this person's love for a moment because it deserves that. They do not want to take anything from you. That sounds simple, but it is actually one of the rarest qualities a human being can carry into a relationship. The genuine, non-performative orientation of wanting to give rather than to receive. Not in the self-sacrificing way that eventually produces resentment, but in the way of someone who is genuinely fulfilled by contributing to another person's flourishing, watching you rest, watching you be taken care of for once, watching the weight you have been carrying get distributed rather than accumulating further. These things do not burden this person. These things are what they came for. Simply being in your presence is something they experience as a privilege. And that sentence, if you truly let it land, might break something open in you that has been sealed for a very long time. Because here's the deep realization that lives at the center of all of this, the one that quietly restructures everything else once you allow yourself to feel it fully. You have been loved inadequately for so long that you internalized the inadequacy as the standard. You learned to not need too much because needing was risky. You learned to give more than you received because receiving felt unfamiliar, almost suspicious, as though someone who gave abundantly must eventually want something in return that you would not be willing or able to provide. You learned to love with the particular careful quality of someone who has been burned enough times to know that the full expression of love is a vulnerability that can be used against you. You built walls that looked like independence, boundaries that looked like wisdom, self-sufficiency that looked like strength. And underneath all of it was simply this: you were waiting for someone who would make it safe to need again. This person makes it safe, not because they are perfect, not because they arrive without complexity or history or the particular marks that life leaves on people who have actually lived it, but because what they carry into the space between you is a quality of steadiness and safety that your nervous system will recognize immediately. The way a body recognizes warmth after being cold for a very long time. They understand that you are here for something larger than ordinary life, that the particular combination of gifts and wounds and hard-won wisdom you carry is not accidental. It is purposeful. They want to support that purpose, not because it benefits them, not because being associated with your mission gives them something, but because they genuinely, from a place of their own wholeness and their own depth, want to see you become everything you came here to be. And what they are offering, this trust multiplied into something that extends beyond just the two of you, into something that builds and generates and reaches outward in ways neither of you can fully anticipate yet, is not a small thing. It is the thing. The question that is now on the table is not whether this love is real or whether you deserve it. Both of those things have already been answered. The question is whether you will let yourself receive it. Whether you will allow the walls, the ones built from such reasonable and understandable material, the ones that protected you during seasons when protection was genuinely necessary, to come down enough that this person can actually reach you. Not shattered all at once, just opened, one honest conversation at a time, one act of trust offered at one small, chosen, specific moment. One decision to believe that this time, the fullness of who you are is not a liability, but the very thing being asked for. You were sent here whole. Things were placed upon you that were not yours. And you moved through a forest that was dark and winding and much longer than it should have been. But you kept moving, and you arrived, and in the room, on the other side of all of it, someone is standing in the light beside you saying, I see everything. I have seen the forest. I have seen the fears. I have seen the places where pieces of you were taken before you had the words to say no, and I am not going anywhere. Tell me what you need. Let me be here. Please let me be here. That is the love that has been making its way toward you through every wrong turn and every painful season and every moment you wondered if you had gotten permanently lost. It found you. Now let it in.